Hello, Soccerinos. It's me, John Mexican, here with another World Cup show, How They Got There segment. Now, we're going to another African team, and this will be the last second to third to last African team out of this entire World Cup qualifying, but actually it's the second one I'm only mentioning because the third one will be coming up sooner later on. So, this team, and you may know the familiar term Cote d'Ivoire, because you heard of the following Jarino, bunch of other people I forgot to mention, and of course the obvious one, Didier Drogba. And they have attempted 3 times in the World Cup and failed to get out of the group stage no, they got to the World Cup, they just have failed to get out of the group stage. But as we're talking about about these guys, their nickname, let's talk about the women, but of course, as usual, as a sign of cultural respect, national anthem, the national anthem of Ivory Coast. Okay, let's talk about the elephants. I think they're just going to be called the elephants, so let's just go over. The previous attempts, geez, this is actually pretty kind of upsetting. 1991, they did not qualify. They failed out of the qualification stage to get into the African Women's Championships. The way they qualify to the World Cup, I don't know if all of you knew this, is by championships. Unlike the men's qualifying, which is just qualifying rounds, which is it would be more it would be more simpler. But then again, imagine if USA lost in the first round. Not a good sign. Anyway, 1991 they did not qualify. 1995 did not qualify. Did not qualify again for 91, 95, 99. 3 straight non-qualifying. They managed to get past the first stage of the qualifying round, but then in the second stage, no, the second stage is still aggregate, so they failed on that one, which is kind of upsetting there. So in 2003 and 2007, they failed on those. And they did not qualify for 2011, same scenario. So now the question is, how the heck did they get here? Well, at first it didn't. Hold on. At first it didn't seem. At first, it didn't seem Ivory Coast was going to be much of a team after the 4-2 loss to Nigeria in their group. In their group, when it came to the Namibia Women's Championships, that's where it was held. And despite beating the host Namibia 3-1 and drawing 1-1 to Zambia, they still got second place, but it just didn't seem. A lot of people weren't dead on them because they went. They just took out the easiest nations. Nigeria took them out, so why would it be anywhere? But they lost to Cameroon. I think you all remember when I was talking about Cameroon earlier. Yeah, this is what happened. Yeah, they lost to Cameroon after a 1-1 draw in regulation. Ended up 2-1 with Cameroon winning, going to the final, and we all know the story there. Now the big question is, how the hell did this Ivory Coast team get to Canada? Well, I'm just getting there. It was the third place match versus South Africa, And believe it or not, South Africa was shooting on them like hard, like shot after shot, save after save. Some shots went out. Some possibly hit the bar, I believe. Can't remember what happened. I'll probably link it on Twitter once in a while to show you the match. But if you want to look it up, you can. And it was just that one shot that changed it in the last 6 minutes, and South Africa was stunned. They tried getting it back, but they couldn't. And South Africa lost to Ivory Coast. Shocking revelation. So, even if you have the best team, there's that saying, even if you have the best team, they eventually are going to lose to a weak team. It happens because they become too cocky or just too tired or that. So, that's how Ivory Coast got to the FIFA World Cup. The third place match got them through. And that's all you could say about them. Like I said, I don't want to keep repeating myself. In May, I will go over the players, the top key players, the X factors, all those. That will be in May because that's when players will start coming in. They'll start being announced who's going and who's not going. So the group stage. In the group stage, this is Group B. The Ivory Coast is placed with Germany, Norway, and Thailand. Another newcomer that I spoke about earlier. So Germany will face Ivory Coast on the 7th. In June, and then Ivory Coast will face Thailand. That's the Battle of the Elephants right there. Battle of the Elephants. There's the elephants versus the war elephants. That is the Battle of the Elephants. And that's trademarked on me. Don't you dare steal that from me, guys. Trademarked. And then Ivory Coast will face Norway. So Ivory Coast will be facing a two-time former World Cup champion and a former World Cup champion. So, oh wait, I'm not predicting these things yet, am I? Nope, not going to do that. So my next team will be the Netherlands. Then we have one more newcomer, and that is Ecuador. Thank God we're going to be done with the newcomers. Then we'll start getting into. I am going between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Believe it or not, there's no fifth. There is no fifth team. I'm not kidding you. There is no fifth team. What I mean by that, the appearances with these teams that are qualified, there is no 15. There's no team that has arrived with 5 yet. It's going to happen eventually, but so far none of that. If you get what I mean, if you don't, then I'll explain it in the next video. So yeah, that's it for Ivory Coast, and until then, Netherlands will be on the way. Until then, later, Soccerinos.